Alright, morning everyone. Boys are at it again. It's pretty cold this morning. Really nice. What is it, 10, 12 degrees. I'm in shorts and t-shirts. Absolutely beautiful. Probably the coldest night we've had in months. Had the windows open all last night. Had the whole house open up as we normally do in summer. And yeah, it's been really good. So finally we're getting the weather change. The humidity has gone as well. It probably is up there, but because it's hydrometer 65% humidity. Where's my phone? That'll show us better. That weather station I bought is working really well. I kind of bought it to put screenshots up so I could show you guys, you know, a bit better than a $5 $5 thermometer. But yeah, anyway, oh yeah, so it's pretty accurate. It's 58%, and that thing says it's 15. So the thermometer's up there on top of the range hood for the barbecue. So maybe because it's a bit higher, this is a bit more out in the wind here. I should find another spot for that, but I really don't know where to put it, because you don't want it in the sun and you don't want it in the weather. I think it is waterproof. Yeah, it's just this bit here. Yeah, it kind of needs to be like here somewhere, but I don't want it there. But yeah, it needs a bit more airflow. I mean, it's not too bad up there. I might just leave it. We're not after precision, and who's to say that that's right? That might not. Well, what does this say? See, that says 16. I think 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 16, 18 degrees. Oh, hang on, 0, 10. Oh, that's a funny scale. 2. So 12, 14, 16, 18, so 17 degrees. So yeah, that's about right. This is maybe a bit low, but it could be because it's where it is. Because that's saying 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees here. But anyway, this thing works really well. It graphs all your, if you can see that, graphs all your, not that I'm interested in that, but that's your main thing. So pressure's nice and high, so it means it's going to be nice weather. 15 degrees, 60% humidity, and you can see how hot the house is. I've had the house open all night and it's still 19 degrees in the house, even though it's 15 out here. This window's open, or door's open, that door was open, the front of the house was all open. It's just our house towards the end of summer, about halfway through summer, you really notice that we have got it. Oh, you can feel it as you walk in. We have got insulation, but I think all the bricks, the pad, everything just heats up and just really retains heat, so it doesn't matter. We were thinking actually of there's a mob that come and take your old insulation out, the bats, because I'm not a big fan of those fiberglass bats. They vacuum it so that the roof space is all nice, and they've got a big vacuum, industrial vacuum, so they vacuum all the dust out, give it a good clean, and then they put the rock wool insulation in. I think they're bats as well, but they're rock wool, they're not fiberglass. So we're only going to do to this line here. There's no point, we don't really go down that half of the house. So I think I did get a quote, and it was close to $7,000 or $8,000 to do the whole house. But I think, yeah, we might try and trim it in half. We don't really come in here. I mean, we come in. This is probably the most used room at the back of the house, but even then it doesn't warrant doing the insulation in there. It's okay. So yeah, that might happen. And what I might get them to do is pull out the insulation that's in this half of the house, the fiberglass stuff, and put it above the alfresco, and also put it above the garage as well. That way they got less to take away, and then put all new stuff down this bit of the house. We got no headboard for our bed. Took that the other day to get recovered, because it was just crappy vinyl. So that's the surround on it. So I worked out how to take that off, and then just the bit in the middle, it's like a black vinyl with stitching. So yeah, that's off at the trimmers getting redone. Come on, boys. Come on, Alfie. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Yeah, it's a bit of a junk room at the moment, but we're slowly getting things sorted. And then convince the missus as well. We're going to put a like an attic ladder kind of thing in here, because I think in here is about the most uninterrupted space in the ceiling. Here you can see we've got an aircon return thing, so there's quite a large aircon duct that runs the spine of the house kind of this way, so you can't really do a lot. So I think above the theatre room and this garage and a little bit in here is fairly uninterrupted. There's not a lot, because there's no vents. The last vent is in this room. There's no vents there. There's no vents here. There's only that one there. So we've got a fair bit of area. So yeah, we're thinking about getting someone in to have a look up there and see what the best place is. But I'd say that's kind of where it would be, and it would be the most handiest here, because then you can just take your car out, drop the ladder, and get rid of some junk. Boom, and then straight up. I don't really want it in the house. Well, definitely not in this room anyway. Well, not in any room. I don't know, unless it's in the back hallway where the original manhole is. But if you do go up there and you need to come down here, it takes about 15, well not 15, but maybe about 5 minutes to walk from there to here because of all the ducting in the roof. It's quite a bit treacherous. I've done it a few times and it's not the funnest thing. So yeah, if we can put it here and you just go straight to the bit that you're storing stuff on, that'll be good. Tirana's going really good. Never drove it over the weekend because it was too hot, so didn't even get a run. I still haven't put the seat covers in this car. I've washed everything, but I haven't. It's just been too hot. Like haven't had a chance over the weekend. It's just been ultra busy. Just been doing heaps of stuff, catching up with people. So, but I'd rather be doing that than putting seat covers on cars. So that's why I'm not too fussed about it. And then out here, I've got to play with this gate. I'm probably not going to do it today though. You've got to, every time you close, you can actually see it. It's a different height. You can see the gate is higher than this bit, only by a little bit. You can see that there. And every time, so if you go through it and let the gate come back, it won't latch. You can just push it open so the dogs can get out. So you've got to reef down on that gate and then it'll click in. The other day I got this fence panel and moved it that way and it worked, and then about 5 minutes later it didn't work, so it's gone back. I didn't bend it enough. But I think what I might do is there's a panel in here where this clicks into, is just loosen it and drop it. I think that might be the best thing. If that doesn't work, I've got some stainless steel with some turnbuckles, and I'll just drill it in there, drill it into the wall, and then tighten it up so it drags it that way, and that'll fix that problem as well. Oh, car ramps, I was talking about that in I can't remember if I've actually put the video out yet, because I can't remember, but yeah, they were my old ramps that I used to use to service, just do an oil change, quick oil change on the car. So that works out that they're 500mm by only 100mm high. So I've just bought some car ramps. They should be here next week, properly for a car. They're caravan leveling ramps. I don't know why I ended up with them. Probably because they were smaller. I know why. Because the Tirana is a little bit low at the front. So what we used to do was run it up them, and then put the jack under, jack it up, put the stands under. That's why. Yeah, that's why. So they were only to get it up enough to get the jack under. That's right. But I'd rather just have some ramps that I can just run up, do an oil change, and that's it. Now that I'm getting rid of the Tirana, I won't be doing clutches, gearboxes, anything like that anymore. So there's no need for even that spider lift that you've probably just seen in there. It was resting up against the wall behind the Tirana. There's a scissor lift in there that you connect with a drill. So I'm going to sell them. And then these ramps I've got coming are 900mm long, so almost a metre long, and they're 170mm high. So I'm hoping the slope is not too steep. I don't care if the Tirana doesn't get it. The Tirana probably won't get up it, but if it does, it doesn't. I'm not doing an oil change on that car before I sell it anyway. As long as the i20 and the Commodore wagon and the new Nissan gets up it, should be fine. So we'll see how we go. I've ordered all that detailing stuff, so that's why I'm a bit confused, because I've got a detailing video that I'm working on with ordering some new detailing stuff, but I haven't put that video out yet because I haven't got the detailing stuff. I'm going to do it all in one video, so it should be here next week, and then you'll get that video next week or the week after. But yeah, and I can't remember if I mentioned the ramps in that video or another video that is already out. I can't remember. Plus I've got another video sitting there that I'll probably put out today. Can't even remember what it's about, but anyway, it was from last week. So yeah, I'm gonna do I just cleaned up the grass, all their poos on it, and I'm just gonna spray it so to keep the smell down. I can't smell it, but I'd rather just keep on top of it. And because it's a nice cool morning, it's all in the shade, this stuff will last for 15-20 minutes, and that's when it does its work. So we'll do that first. Okay, all done. And hey Google, turn on the backyard sprinklers. And then we'll just turn the sprinklers on, water that in. There you go. Cool. Alright, just give this a rinse out. So I didn't even say what we're going to be doing on the video today, but I'll go down the side. So what I've got is some drainage things down the side that I put in a long time ago to hook into the main drain that I've got down the side there. Because it does flood a little bit when it rains. So I've got these here. That one. And this one. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of concrete or cement, a little bag of it yesterday from Bunnings or over the weekend, and I've got a little thing there to mix it. We'll just mix a little bit up. That was more expensive than a 20 kilo bag, but I just don't need that much concrete hanging around. It'll go off before I even get a chance to use it, so not worth it. So yeah, we're gonna just fill. I want to cut the drainage. If you've seen there was that chrome little drainage thing. I want to just cut the pipe down a little bit, just so it's lower, and then fill it up with brick, nice stiff concrete, and just slope it so that way the water does run to there. Because at the moment it just hits that sand and soaks through the sand, and it's not doing anything. So yeah, I just want to fix it up with concrete, and then that way the water's got somewhere to go. It doesn't flood all the time. It's only when we get a really big downpour that it actually, so maybe twice a year, 3 times a year, they get actually used. But yeah, good idea just to have them working, just so it doesn't flood. And yeah, so that's what we'll do today. So I'll probably need, because that's why they're too high, I never use my Dremel, but I'll probably use the Dremel, so that way I can stick it inside the pipe and cut it from the inside. Because if you try and use a angle grinder, you're kind of going in from the outside and on an angle, and it just won't be neat. So yeah, I'll just use that and that. I probably won't talk too much while I'm down there, because it's going to be a bit loud with this thing going. So I'll just put in a bit of voiceover once I'm down there. I won't film too much. Yeah, just cut it, mix some concrete and stiffen it up, do a bit of a montage or something like that. But anyway, let's get into that. Yeah, so I just tipped a bit of water in. The sand was ultra dry because it hasn't rained for ages around here, so put a bit of water in just to moisten everything up so the concrete sticks a bit better. Cut that pipe from the inside. You can see there it's right up against the bricks on a couple sides, so you can't really, you wouldn't really be able to get the angle grinder in there at all. So that's worked out all good. I broke a blade. It snapped off from the bit on the Dremel, so that was me just changing it. I didn't have to lower them too much. I just wanted them fairly low. I just hope now you don't actually trip if you're not watching where you're going when you're walking down there. But it's not that much of a difference. Only 20 mil, if that. So it's a little bit uneven, but be okay. That might be a bit too much. We'll see. And then mixing this concrete up, I'm pretty sure I've used this brand of concrete before, or cement, but this one was really jelly. I don't know. It's about the best I can describe it. Was jelly and sticky. Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit weird, but turned out alright in the end. Very smooth. It's got no rock or anything in it, and of course, there the boys are going to get right into it and see what's going on. But yeah, it was okay. I just went and checked on it now. It's about 2 hours later, and it's drying up nicely. So, oh yeah, I made it a bit wet. That's probably okay, but I wanted it a bit stiffer just so I could actually, what's the name? Mold it, and it'll stay to a shape. So yeah, that's all. That's adding a little bit extra for that. And I thought I mixed up too much, but it wasn't enough. I had to go back and mix a little bit more up for the other one. But you can see there, it's like Play-Doh. Yeah, just real sticky, hard to come off your glove and everything. It was pretty funny. But yeah, shaped up all right in the end, so that was the main thing. And the boys are going to get right in it. I'll put some buckets over it at the end. That's just to keep the dogs out of it. But yeah, they got to get right into it. But yeah, you can see it's like a clay. It's almost like a clay that you'd make a mug out of or something. It's really funny. I don't know why, but yeah, there we go. Let's stop the dogs getting in there. And yeah, I think this is where I ran out and I have to go and mix up a bit more. I actually took some sand out to make that deeper. If I'd left it, both of them, that would have been enough. But it was good though. It turned out I had enough in the end to do everything. Yeah, that's where I went and mixed up a little bit more. Do that. I dropped a bit of concrete there. Oh, okay. So there's water in that bucket at the moment. No cement. Just cleaning up the edges. It's a bit hard to tell, but that does go down a fair bit, probably half a brick. So that will what's the name? That'll do a good job in collecting the water there. Okay, pretty much used. How much have we got? Yeah, pretty much used the whole lot down to here, so that's good. I'll leave that here for. I was kind of hoping I'd have enough to do another base for a diorama, and looks like it will be. Just that dust gets everywhere. Okay, that was funny concrete, that, or cement. Concrete, I suppose, when you add water to it and it dries. It's very sticky, but very, very smooth at the same time. I'm pretty sure I've used the big bags of that, and it never mixed like that. But this was like gooey, bit jelly. Even when I put it in there, you could pat it, and it was all, yeah, a bit funny. Anyway, I've mixed it. Not that I'm a concrete expert, but I've mixed a bit of concrete in my time, and I've never seen concrete that consistency, like sticky and gooey like that. But maybe it's just that one. But anyway, you've seen them there. They're done. I've just cleaned them up with a brush, bit of water. I've left it. He's got like fresh water in the house, and yeah, fresh water outside, but he's got to drink from the tap. Anyway, everything alright in here, mate? Just inspecting things, just making sure it's all sweet. Yep, all good. Cheers. So yeah, I'll let them dry with the buckets. The buckets are just there so the dogs don't go licking them, because they'll lick anything pretty much. So yeah, done that. Done the dog smelly stuff. Now the stuff I've been using is this stuff. You can buy it. Hard to get. You can buy it on eBay. So you got to ship 5 litres of liquid on eBay. It's a little bit difficult, or not difficult for me, but if it rocks up empty because the lid broke open or whatever, yeah. So probably not going to buy that again. You can buy it from Big W online as well. It's okay, but I've just been out there now and it smells like wee, and it didn't smell like wee before. So I don't know what this does, whether it activates it and then it kills it. I'm not sure, but it's not the nicest smelling liquid to begin with. It's definitely got a chemical smell to it, and then I've noticed it the last few times that it actually makes it smell like wee. But this stuff doesn't smell like wee. I'm pretty sure it's activating whatever the enzyme is in this, makes that wee smell, and then it gets rid of it somehow. Because after a day, it doesn't. I've recently switched over to this stuff. This is even harder to get, but I'm just lucky it's down the road from me, down in Wangara. It's actually like almost next door to my work. So I just pop in and grab this stuff. Odour Away, concentrate. Progressive Supplies, so look them up in Perth. Broome, Derby and Perth, there you go. So like 3 of the most isolated cities in the world, pretty much underpopulated. But anyway, so yeah, if you're not there, I don't know if you can buy this online. You might be able to from the Perth shop in Wangara, Progressive Supplies. You might be able to order it online. But this stuff smells like bubble gum. It's really nice. It's got a really nice bubble gum, and it actually foams up. That other stuff doesn't foam up. I put a bit of dishwashing liquid in there just to foam it up and let it sit around a bit. You don't need it in this stuff. This stuff goes good. It smells really good and it lasts a long time. So I'm definitely switching over to this stuff. Number 1, I think it works better. Number 2, it smells better. And number 3, it's down the road. I don't have to order it online, so I can just pop in and grab some when I need it. And I think it's actually cheaper, if not the same price. I think it was about $60 for that. But you don't need a lot. You actually need less than the other one, so it works out cheaper in the long run. So all good. He's still Dexter. Just go inside, mate. There's water inside. You got dripping all over your face. What are you doing? Anyway, I'll keep this video going, and we'll go and check him out in another hour or so. I might even go there in another 20 minutes and just smooth them out with a wet sponge. Probably I don't have one. Nah, I probably don't have one, but I can try. Maybe a rag. Nah, that might make it worse. Yeah, if I had a sponge, I could wet the sponge and just pat it. But I mean, they look pretty smooth. Let's go and have a quick look. Yeah, now they look alright. So I think we'll just leave it. I think we'll just leave them. They're fine. You saw me cut them down with the Dremel, so they're way lower. So all the surrounding, that's going to be the lowest place. Plus, where I put those drains, they're in that position because that's where the water gathered in the first place. I remember when we first moved in, it really rained one winter, and went out there, and that's where the deepest part of the puddle was. So I thought, well, I'd rip up that. And I remember I did before we moved in. I did all the pipe work for the stormwater drains that feed off the roof. And I remembered there was one right there, so that's why they're in that position, because from that drain it goes straight down and then tees into a drain that runs that way, and then there's some soak wells underneath the back of the shed there. So yeah, that's why they're there. the two reasons. The drain's right there, and it was the deepest part. That's where the two puddles were forming. So yeah, that's why they're there. Let's turn that off, because that's why it's leaking. Yep. Okay, all good. So yeah, actually I'll probably leave it at that. They're just going to look drier than what they are. They're not going to change shape, so that's fine. I think we'll leave it like that, and maybe in another video I'll go and tip a bucket of water and we'll just make sure it works, but I'm pretty sure it will. It's nicely sloped, you can see them. They're nicely sloped down, so all good. What else is going on today? I don't think there's a lot going on. I think, yeah, let me go and have a walk around and I'll get back to you. Yeah, so the only other thing I can think of is these windows here. I'm not going to do it today, but what I'm going to do is make a frame, like a steel frame on the outside. I'm going to get some Facebook, there's a guy on Facebook that advertises, he's got like 16 by 16 box steel, really cheap. It's like $30 a length for like 6 meters or something. So I'm going to go and get a couple lengths of that. I'd say to take 2. And what I'm going to do is make a frame that sits around this window with shade cloth, but it has to be removable. That was one of my conditions from the boss. So what I'll do is I'll put some studs somehow, or something in here and there, and then drill some holes in the frame with shade cloth already on it, and then it just fits in. And then same here, stud and stud, and then you get some wing nuts and tighten it up so that way it doesn't make any noise at night time when it's windy, and it shields. So that's our toilet in our ensuite, and that's our bathroom. So yeah, that's I think that's going to happen over winter. It's not today, it's not a today job. So yeah, that'll happen. Just this is north facing, this face of the house. So in summer we get a lot of heat come through here. It doesn't get direct sun, or does it? No, I don't think it gets direct sun, but it does in winter. But in winter you want the heat coming in anyway. But in summer, yeah, just notice it's a little bit too bright, and there's a fair bit of heat coming through. So I'm hoping, yeah, that will cut down the heat coming through. So that's an easy one. This bottom one's going to be an easy one because that'll just be a fixed frame, and then I'm going to have to make a separate frame for this one because that hinges. So what I'm thinking is making a frame the same as that one on the outside, and then an internal frame, or I could even just make it so that it's a top bit. I haven't sorted it out yet, but either way it's going to have to have hinges on it, so that when you wind this window out or out this way, it just hits it and brings the shade cloth, so the shade cloth still sits on top of it, and then when you wind it back in, this goes in and the shade cloth goes back in. So yeah, I'll have to do something like that. But yeah, that should be good. You know what, I probably don't even need one for the bottom. I probably could just make one just for that. But saying that, if sun does come in, it's going to come in through that bottom one. No, I will make that one. I will make that one because that's, yeah, because you can see now the sun, like, that's definitely not in sun. But down here you can see the shadows up on the wall. So yeah, no, I definitely will make one. But a fixed one for the bottom, a fixed one for there, but can come on and off, and then a hinged one for there. So that's going to take a lot of steel because that's the biggest window, and it's going to have to be a double frame, or maybe just like a frame that sits there with a hinge, and then the frame that's about the same size as the window, really. And then maybe even put some rubber bungs or something on the edges, just so the steel frame that I'm going to make is not sitting directly on that and it's going to scratch. So yeah, but it's definitely doable. I think we'll just do it like that, just with one bar across, and you know, boom, that size, cover it in shade cloth, hinges, done. Some stainless steel hinges, so I never have to worry about it. But other than that, she's looking good out here, so I think we'll just leave it. But yeah, no rush for that. It's not a drama for summer. Sorry, for winter. We're just finishing summer now, so yeah, not a drama there. So I've got a few months to do that. But yeah, that'll be good. Bit of welding, bit of grinding, cutting, painting, shade clothing. I don't know how I'd make the shade cloth. I'll have to go to Bunnings in their shade cloth section and see what they've got to make shade cloth stick to stick to things like that. What I was thinking was probably build the frame, lay the shade cloth over it, and then get some flat bits of not wood, maybe plastic, some really hard plastic, or maybe another flat bit of steel, and drill it in, and like to sandwich it. That's about all I can think of really. Yeah, but I'll have to go to Bunnings and see what they got. I've never done shade cloths before, so I don't know the fixings and the tools. So that'll be a good learner for me. What's up, mate? Hey, you're still all wet. Look at your face. Bloody dick. What's going on? Someone at the front? No. Anyway, all good. Plants have out of water. Shed's all locked. All good. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. That's long enough. I'm not going to do much else. I just had a quick walk around. There's not much else going on today, so cleaned over the weekend, me and the missus, so the house is all looking good. Probably just got to do the dishes and that's it. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.